face to face, but we cannot touch it. All that I own is fiction. Sentimental value for no blue ribbon. A sacred or wicker basket, hidden from opinion on canyon. Calendar by animals, belly not full, all is hungry and casual. Simple.
Greetings, loved ones. Welcome to Tonal Temple. I am night and day at your service, here to unify us all through wellness, music, and arts and stuff like that. So I have a beyond special guest today. This PYT, she paints, she skates, she rhymes, she writes, she sings. My love for her, though, particularly got reinforced somewhat recently at her album release party when she was wearing this cute little black dress the whole time, right? And at one point, out of my peripheral, she pops out wearing a different outfit. She straight changed into something very similar to like PJs, and she gave no fucks about it. You were ready. You were done.
I was done.
So my special guest is Miss Neila. Things that I have to say. Do you seriously have 18 albums out? Is it 19 now?
Well, this is my 13th solo record, so 13th solo album. But other than that, I've also been in record players. I did that song, the album with Acid Rain. So there's other albums that I've put out. So it's around my 20th-ish release of shit, if you're counting like what I do with other people. So
crazy.
it's a lot. Like a lot of people don't know like that I've put out so much because I just do it and I don't really promote shit. It just comes out.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's when you know like that force is beyond you because it's gonna get out regardless. Also, when I came in here, I noticed the big kitchen and I know you cook. I know you cook.
Yeah.
So of all the things, all the spices, that's a must-have. What is usually always in rotation?
Oh, that's a good
From
question.
one to the next.
Okay, always kimchi is in the house.
Oh.
There's always chipotle Tabasco sauce. Like, I love chipotle Tabasco. There's also the garlic. It's called like sambal, like the sriracha. So the garlic, and then I have to also have gochujang sauce. But gochujang from the farmer's market, so it's vegan. So it's that red paste that they make like bibimbap and like other stuff with. And like those are like staples, like always. And soy sauce, Bragg's, apple cider vinegar, that kind of shit.
Love me some Bragg's. You make your own kimchi?
No. No. My mom used to when we were kids, and it would fucking explode, and the drapes would be like eaten, and then peel the paint off the paint. Like for real, like that shit is for real. Like it's better to just buy it. It's really easy to make though. If you want to make it vegan, you can do it. Look it up on YouTube. It's really easy to make, but do it outside.
That sounds awesome. I love dangerous cooking.
Dangerous
Foods. I was listening to Herbivore Remedy. You say, fold my vocal cords on guns.
Yes.
Bunch. Fistfuls of
Clutch.
laughter. Oh, clutch. Yeah. Fistfuls of laughter. Beginning here and now. Everything to come after. Can you please dispel this mystification behind this imagery? Because seriously, no, but that's what I love about your writing is I see it.
Yeah, like, you know, I've never been asked specifically, maybe a couple times about my lyrics, but so the first part you said, hold my vocal cord on guns, and so like everybody knows like about, well, some people don't know, like I had vocal cord cancer, so I had one vocal cord completely removed. I shouldn't be able to talk. So my scar tissue formed a fake vocal cord. So it's, I had to learn how to talk again, learn how to rap again. There's a lot of shit I can't sing anymore. There's a lot of songs I can't perform because I can't say those words. But like, so fold my vocal cord on guns because it's always like, I don't know, it's like the roulette, like every time I talk and like I don't know what's gonna come out. And then clutch fistfuls of laughter, like you hold on to like the happiness and the laughter that you create and that surrounds you. And then I don't know, I'm all lost. Beginning here and now. So always beginning here and now, everything to come after, every moment and every after moment. So.
Nice. Interesting. Yeah, I was wondering about that because I was like, I remembered that whole situation. What was that like? I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine.
So, you know, I went on tour with Cinco and Avatar and a couple other people that dropped out of tour. So in the end, it was just us three. But towards the end of the tour, I started to feel weird like that. It was harder to get all get through the whole set without my vocal cords hurting. And so I went to the doctor. They're like, oh, you probably have limps, so it's common, like whatever, I wouldn't worry about it. So I didn't really check. And then a week later, I had a food allergy from a smoothie from the Body Factory, and I ended up in the ER, and that doctor was like, hey, what's wrong with your voice? And I was like, whoa, dude, I told him the whole story. He's like, you know what, like, let me just send you to ear, nose, and throat just in case. Like, your doctor's probably right, it's nothing to worry about. And at that time, it was like Christmas time around 2010, and I flew back home to Hawaii. But then the next day, I got a phone call saying that I needed to come back because I had cancer. And at that time I couldn't talk because they actually like went through and took like a biopsy. And so it was just crazy because at that point I hadn't, like, not being able to talk was one thing, and like, but then being told that you might never talk again, and then how am I gonna work, and like how am I gonna express myself and like everything I love. So it was kind of like,
and she still came out with an album.
Yeah.
You
so this
still
is my,
did an album.
Yeah, so I did an album, Better Late Than Never, and I did Only This One Counts. So Only This One Counts is when I had Better Late Than Never. I recorded it when I had the limp and everything, and then Only This One Counts is the one I had the album I did right after the surgery. So, yeah, and so this was actually 4 albums later is the album that was part of it.
You're
but,
amazing.
Yeah, at that time I couldn't speak, so I just worked with shamans, and I worked with like yogis and like a yoga master, Hashada Wagner, shout out to Hashada Wagner. But spiritually, and visualized myself talking, and took 3 yoga classes a day. I kept writing, I kept dreaming about talking, and every day I would try to talk, and then one day sound came out and shit happened. So you can heal your life. Like,
how long have you been vegan for? Are you vegan?
I'm vegan. I'm on and off 99% because kimchi, and if I go home, I will like partake in some shit if somebody like catches it in the ocean. Because I'm from Hawaii, but I've been vegetarian since 5th grade.
Nice.
Pretty much, and then on and off, like I'll go full vegan. I went fully raw when I had cancer, like fully raw, vegan, only alkaline, no drugs, no nothing.
Right.
Like, but I try to just live my life only, and I have type A blood too, so meat never, since 4th grade, like I knew like every time I ate I didn't feel good. So
right.
My parents were like, you'll get over it, you know, but I never.
Right.
And I feel bad.
What came first in all the arts? Was it writing? Was it singing? Was it painting? Does this go back to when you were a child?
When I was always into drawing, and I was in chorus when I was in elementary school, but I was in like the boys section because my voice was really low, obviously, and I had to do like the guys chorus, like, and I did chorus in high school. I always wrote poems. We started rapping in 7th grade. So in 7th grade, my friend Gijo had like all these he had a friend named Derek who had a brother who lived in California, would send us all these mixtapes with like Digital Underground and shit. Like, and so like I became like huge Digital Underground fan, and then we're like, oh, we could fucking rap, and like so they started a group called like the Humanakas and stuff, and so we've all been like making music pretty much since like 7th grade. Always been like writing shit. I've always loved drawing. I like in high school I won like all these drawing contests.
Oh, that's
like that. Like,
do you ever get that artist depression? Or have you had it in the past?
Explain what this is. Tell me what is artist depression.
I don't know exactly. See, I don't know exactly what it is to different people. Do you ever get down, and if you do, put yourself out of it?
Okay, so I do yoga every single day.
Nice.
And I work out 2 hours a day. So if there's
every single day 2 hours.
Day. So every day 3 hours, and like, there's some days I just do 2. Like today I just did 2. Yes. But every day is an hour of yoga. Like no matter what, there's an hour of yoga to bring me back to myself and to like be grateful. And like to answer your question, like as a kid I was depressed a lot. They put me on like Prozac and all that shit, which I would like flush down the toilet when I was in high school, because they said I was depressed. But I honestly think it's because I know I'm an empath, and I do know what that was when I was a kid, and like I can't watch anything violent, I can't watch the news, I can't like engage in people that are very like abrasive or like in your face, and like I don't participate in like shit that conflicts, because I take on like other people's like feelings and emotions. So if you're super depressed or you're going through shit and you reach out to me, I will feel physically what you're feeling and make myself sick in that way. So like there's things that I do every day to cope with not having to internalize and like wake up depressed. But like I am by myself, I live by myself, I've been alone for a long time, and I'm not depressed though. I'm actually happy, and it took me like in high school realizing that these pills will never save me. These doctors don't know me, and I know what I'm saying is real, and these people just don't understand me because they're from a different brain, you know. And like all of my music is broken heart love music, and that's how I heal. And my neighbor at my last apartment, I was like giving away all my paintings on the walls. I put on Facebook, if anyone wants paintings, come get them. And like people by the hundreds came to my house. And one of my neighbors came over, he's like, do you have any happy paintings? And I looked around and I was like, no, actually I don't. You know? And so at that point I didn't, but I feel like through the art, like I was expressing like how I felt at that. And like, so I think like, and like there's one like old school rock and roll artist that said it's hard as hell to write a happy song. It's so easy to write a sad song. I feel like because we have music, because I have art, because I have yoga, because we eat good food, like I'm not there anymore. I'm so grateful that if like I feel like at this point I've learned that happiness is a choice that you choose every fucking morning. Like no matter what's going on in your life, you can choose to be happy. Like shit's going on in my life right now, my family and like all that kind of stuff, but like I'm still woke up this morning and chose to be happy and chose like to go on and do my shit, because shit's gonna always happen in everybody's life every fucking day. And you need to like flip it, like, and that's your conscious, it's what you live in every day, and it's different for every single person. Even though we think we see the same shit, we're all in a different way.
So what is next musically for Miss Neila, or just artistically? Or do you have anything coming up?
Well, so before this album that just came out, Analogue Jewelry, I had been working with this producer, and he was not like finishing up. He kept sending me more beats and more beats instead of finishing the songs we already have. So I have an album already with like Cinco on it, Zen for like some of the visionaries. I've got Dr. Roop on it. I've got people from Canada on it. So there's a lot of people that put in a lot of effort on my last album that I just kind of like gave up on, and I feel bad because D-Ski has already mixed and mastered a lot of the songs, and like
shout out to D-Ski.
Shout out to D-Ski, we love you. So that album will come out next, but I'm already working on other stuff with it. But Analog Jewelry first because it's more what I am right now, and like who I am right now. And the video just came out, and I'm so happy. Like, Melissa killed it, and I feel like I told her, I was like, it's like somebody opened my life and put it into a song on video, and like it's now out to the world. So I'm so grateful for it because it's called Pelican, and so I'm just so happy because I know she filmed everything. I didn't know what she was gonna do with everything.
It's really cool.
And she put it together so amazing.
Awesome. Check out the Pelican video. It's super sick.
It's awesome.
So sick.
And then you can see what the rest of the house looks like.
So first, do you find that people are genuine?
In music.
In music, yeah.
I'll tell you my heartbreak story. So I used to drive hip-hop bands around in the 90s. So I've met anyone from BDP to De La Soul to Outkast to like you fucking name it, I fucking drove them around. So my heart was broken because at that time is when I first came to the realization that you need to separate people's music from who they really are, because you idolize these people and you think, oh my god, they can never fucking, they've got to be great people because of this message in the music. Not so the case. So when I was younger, that whole facade was broken. Not De La Soul because that's the thing. They're the shit. But like other people, I realized, okay, you know what? Even though they make the most brilliant fucking dope music, you've got to separate that from who they are in person. Underground hip hop too, the same. Like I see, and I've been on tour with many guys and many groups and many girls, how people are around other people, and to me it's how you treat the normal people in life, like the waiters, your fans, or like whatever. And like if you to me, human is human. We are all one. Like, you should love everybody, regardless of who you think you are and how people approach you. Like, you should always treat people kindly, because that's my philosophy. That's how I feel. I find that most of the time it's not the case, and like people treat people based on like how they judge themselves and how they judge other people, and like to me that's not okay. And I will your first impression to me is what I'll always hold you to, regardless of if you knew who I was or if you knew who you were or whatever. Like, how you treated everyone around you and me in our first interaction is how I'll always hold you. And I find that most of the time it's not, and I wish it was more genuine. I wish it was, but I find that it's not, but I wish it was.
Right.
You know?
What would you say your gift to the world is?
You know what? I feel like the world just needs to go back to like basic love. Like that. But love is like always what is the foundation you need, and that sounds like such a fucking hippie thing to say, but for real, like, if you really love everybody and not only yourself, love yourself first, because I feel like not loving yourself causes a lot of problems in this world, and a lot of fucked up relationships, a lot of like projection, a lot of like anger, a lot of resentment. So first learn to love yourself, but then like if you can master that, spread that love to other people in any way you can. And I feel like I've been gifted with like being able to heal people through my music, and like the messages I get from people like every day, and just, you helped me through a hard time, you helped me when I was in jail, you helped me when I broke up with so-and-so, and like those messages keep me going. But I feel like what the world needs and will always need is just love, and for people to understand that we're all different. Like, no matter who you are and who you're with, who you choose, who you come from, every human is different, but we all come for this need of feeling like we belong somewhere. And we all belong with each other, and we all belong here because this is where the universe placed us. But we created so many boundaries and like all these invisible lines and all these reasons why we can't just be and like not accept everybody. And it's not your path to fix anybody, but it is your path to accept everybody. And that's what I feel.
Word up. Thank you so much.
I love this crowd.